I see zero deposit as a win-win for everybody really, for the agent, for the landlord and for the tenant. For the tenant it's a fairly straightforward no-brainer for them. They're saving money and are able to sort of utilise their deposit in other ways. For the landlord it still brings the same protection they had before, and for us it's another product that we can add, can help us, it's tools for the trade and can help us secure more business and win more business.
A new product for a landlord, better cover for the landlord, more cover for the landlord because they've got 6 weeks instead of the capped 5 weeks. So, yes, I do feel that the product has come out at the right time.
When we have zero deposit being advertised, it's clear to me and to the staff that we get more inquiries and we get specific inquiries about zero deposit products. And we're finding now that tenants actually ring up asking whether we were advertising or not advertising, do we actually do the product and offer it. So for me it's clear that it's well ingrained in tenants' psyche at the moment. They know it's out there available and they are actually asking for it. I generally try to explain to our negotiators that if you had two properties in the same block, one was advertising zero deposit and one wasn't, who do you think the tenant's going to call? So from that point of view, that does illustrate the competitive edge that you can get by using it, because quite clearly if I am a tenant and I've got the option, I'm going to call the agent that's got the zero deposit. You've definitely got old school landlords that like a cash deposit or do sort of correlate no deposit to no income, can't afford it. So you've got to bridge that sort of argument really. And for me and for the staff, the way we explain it is more about flexibility than affordability, because if a tenant can't afford the property, well, they can't rent the property. So whether they're having the zero deposit product or not, it makes no difference whether in regards to affordability. They have to afford it. So then it becomes about flexibility, and does a tenant want to tie up £1,500, £2,000 for maybe 2-3 years now, because a tenancy is a lot longer than it used to be, so money is being tied up for a lot longer. So from a tenant's point of view, to have that option of paying a week's rent as opposed to leaving £2,000 with us for 2-3 years, it gives them the flexibility, and I think that's what they like. And once you explain that to a landlord, they sort of get it and understand it. So yes, maybe at the beginning some of those old school landlords needed a bit of education, but they're getting it now and understanding it. One of our offices in Blackheath, Daniel Milligan, I had a client that basically was looking for a property. Because of being able to use zero deposit, they actually, with the money they saved, found a slightly bigger property. And zero deposit actually enabled those tenants to get something a little bit better, something nicer for them that they really would have wanted, but at that time, with having to lay down £2,000 deposit, etc., it was just probably a little bridge too far. But they were able to now get that property, which obviously made them happy, so a clear indication that zero deposit can work and help in other ways.
We are finding that the end of tenancy process through zero deposit is a lot quicker. We are finding that the zero deposit are actually negotiating any deductions with the tenants, and that speeds it up a lot quicker for us, whereas with the cash deposit it can be a little bit slower sometimes.
I think for me and for any other agent thinking about it, it is now what is the new norm in tenancies and what tenants are expecting. So if you don't embrace it, they're going to go find that product somewhere else. So you need to get on board really.